So today we're going to be talking about SoundCloud because SoundCloud is in the news today because it is trying to sell itself.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're just happy to be in the news because I haven't heard SoundCloud in years.
Yes,
I
and
don't
for
remember the last time I used it.
the thing is there's so many other options that you have. You have Spotify, you have Apple Music, you have a bunch of other things.
YouTube Music,
You
yeah.
have YouTube Music, Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton. But yes, it's in the news today because it has been eyeing a sale and it is actively pursuing initiatives internally that would increase the valuation of the company.
That doesn't sound good for employees or anyone really.
Yes, no, it doesn't, because the thing is that SoundCloud announced that it was slashing 6% of its workforce last May. So
Oh, wow.
already, we do know that companies do reduce their workforce to increase the valuation, to make their balance sheets
Look better.
look better. Yes. So yeah, it was less than a year ago, less than a year after it had already done a 20% cut. Yeah.
That's interesting. So that was like 2020,
6%, yeah.
wait, 2022 or 2021?
I think this was 2021 that they did like
Oh.
20% cut, then they did
Interesting.
a 6% cut, and then the thing is that it's actively trying to pursue profitability.
I don't understand how they make money on SoundCloud. Do they have like ads or something? Probably do have ads.
Yeah, I feel like most like music companies do have ads because even like Spotify, there's like the paid version
Yeah.
and then the ad-free version. And then there was another company, I can't remember the name, that you could hear the music, but they would play like 3 minutes of ads before. Yeah, so there's a lot. So the CEO wrote in an email to the staff at the time and said that the ambition to reach profitability was not just for the obvious reasons of being profitable. So
Yeah.
I interpreted this as they also were along with profitability, because that's the biggest one. It's like
Yeah,
the
you're
biggest
trying to
expense.
sell a company that has no profitability. It's kind of a hard sell.
Yeah, initially I thought of Elon Musk and X and Twitter, how he as soon as he came in, slashed everyone, and he's like, okay, now the company's good, and then he had to rehire all these people again. So yes, I think that they might have a little bit more people than they expected, but at the same time, they had already made a 20% cut, and then they made a 6% cut, and I was like, how much more people do you have?
But I mean, if you think about it though, even with the 20% cut, they're still not profitable.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's probably something similar to like Twitch, where they're having difficult time finding like advertisers or a sizable audience to their platform.
Yeah, it just goes back on who's using SoundCloud. This literally all goes back to who's using this platform, and I do know people who are using this. Yeah, but it's not. It's a very small minority of people, because everyone uses Spotify for the most part.
Yeah, Spotify, or I mean Apple. If you have an iPhone, you're probably gonna get like something in the Apple ecosystem. If you're using Google, or Android, you'll probably just get Spotify. Or if you're a weirdo like me, get YouTube Music.
But the YouTube Music even comes with the Wrapped. Yeah, it comes with like the music you listened to before, just like Spotify. I don't think SoundCloud has anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, yes, like I mentioned, an employee had commented on saying that the bigger need was for them to sell the company and for the company to be profitable. That's their interpretation on this bigger need that they did have. Which makes sense, because as an employee who got laid off and the company trying to sell the company, they're like, okay, yeah, you guys are doing this just to make your balance sheet look better. The thing is that SoundCloud leadership had also previously tossed the idea of a best case scenario of reaching a valuation of, hear me, $2.5 billion.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
The thing is, like, I feel like with music and like with streaming the music and playing ads, it's like it has a large amount of potential for the ads to be played.
Yeah.
But that's only if there's a lot of people there.
I feel like the issue also is that like, who would be buying this company? You know, like is there going to be an investment group buying them? Because I don't think Apple needs it, or Google needs it, or Spotify doesn't need it, probably, you know.
And before I tell you on who's going to be buying this, I want to say that if you've liked this content, consider subscribing. We put videos out daily. We have a library of over 200 videos, closing in on 300. And subscribing only takes a second. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't really help out the channel. So if you like content like this, consider subscribing. So the thing is that it's actually investment groups that are eyeing the purchase of SoundCloud, which makes sense because they want to go through essentially use the company just to hold value and make money if possible. And there's no other like competing companies trying to expand their space or get the audience for that amount of money. So the thing is, for comparison, Square acquired Tidal. Do you know Tidal?
Yeah, that's like the premium audio, right?
Yes, it's like the premium audio. They acquired Tidal in 2021. The streaming service was valued around $375 million. Yeah, though SoundCloud is not just a streaming service, it does provide tools to creators to help them distribute, market, and monetize music. Yeah, because essentially you once you put it your stuff on SoundCloud, it's like you could put copyright on it and you could like monetize it like right away.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like kind of like stuff that Audacity has. Like you can kind of work through it, probably.
Yeah, but I think that honestly, I thought the valuation was too high, in my personal opinion, and that's their best case scenario.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if they're still trying to reach profitability, I think that's the big issue because you're trying to go entice these investment groups, and the investment groups only care about, you know, the balance sheet and what you can bring. And I do think that once they do sell, I think they're probably going to revamp a lot of the leadership to some other people to like change it up, because obviously it seems like they're probably going to also try to expand into other areas is probably what I assume was going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. From what I heard, it's like what happens is that these investment groups come in, they change out leadership, they change out a bunch of staff. They take out massive loans to also like recoup some of their money back. And because it's like now that the company's saddled with the loan, it's like the company could declare bankruptcy and then essentially like go through the process of
free
like,
money.
Yeah, free money. Yes. But yes, the profitability is a huge thing, especially at these rates, because if it's not profitable and they have to essentially borrow money at a higher interest rate, it's going to be harder for them to continue to grow. So I don't know. My 2 cents is that I think that their best case scenario might be a little too high for like comparing it to other companies that have sold like Tidal around 375 million. I think that also might be too low for something like SoundCloud, which actually has been around for quite a bit of time, and they have they actually do have like somewhat of an audience. So I don't know. I think that it's somewhere in between like 2.5 and 375 million, and just like maybe in the middle. But I mean, like, I haven't looked at the numbers from what they actually have because everything's like done internally. But once they try to make things public, then
Yeah, I don't know the path forward for this. I mean, I guess trying to go sweet talk an investment group is probably the best option. But I mean, it's not going to be. I mean, if you're at SoundCloud, I feel like if you get bought out by an investment group, it's going to get gutted even further. Like the 20% is going to seem like
minuscule, yeah.
It's going to seem kind compared to like what's going to happen, because a lot of the leadership is going to turn.
Yeah.
And either it's going to be like a skeleton crew, because they just need to get like the core of what it's doing and either like change the direction of the entire company or like just go into maintenance mode.
Yeah.
Until they recoup their money.
Yeah, 100% agree. But I would want to know what our listeners think about this. And if you stayed this long, again, consider subscribing. But also let us know in the comments down below. Have you used SoundCloud, or do you use anything else like Spotify or Apple Music? Yeah, let us know in the comments down below.